Dear students, so already I have completed three lecture video on OJ 2020 possible questions and answers. So let us start the lecture 4 on OJ 2020 possible questions and answers. So this is the complete four lectures on OJ 2020 which can cover entire syllabus, so that if we will complete all four lecture video, then I will give you guarantee that you can secure excellent marks in the OJ 2020 possible questions and answer, because it covers entire OJE syllabus for basic electrical engineering, and this is only suitable for ELITech student. So before we'll start the last lecture video on OJE 2020, let us uh, first say this slogan: stay home, stay safe, work from home, and prevent COVID-19. So let us start our first question. That is, we have already completed up to question number 75. So we'll start from question number 76. That is, a DC series motor is suitable for cranes, pumps, lathes, punch presses, etc. So the correct answer is cranes, because already I have discussed about the torque speed characteristics of DC series motor, that initially the torque is very high. It means the starting torque of DC series motor is very high. Therefore, cranes generally used to lift a heavy machines or heavy objects. For that, it requires sufficient starting torque. Therefore, generally the crane uses DC series motor. Therefore, correct answer A. So let us see the question number 77. A DC generator beyond critical field resistance will generate maximum power, maximum voltage, maximum current, no voltage. Correct answer is D, that is no voltage, because in my last lecture video, if you follow my last lecture video, already I have uh, explained about critical field resistance. That is the maximum resistance of, of the field winding. If you will go beyond critical field resistance, it means if the resistance of the field winding more than critical field resistance, then there will be no EMF develop or no voltage build up in a DC generator. Therefore, correct answer is no voltage. So answer D is the correct answer. Next question. The capacitance of two metal plates of area 330 square meter and separated by a dielectric 2 millimeter thick, relative permeability is 6. Then we have to find out what is the capacitance. So you have to remember the simple formula, that is capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r into area divided by d. that is separation between two plates. So already we know that the epsilon naught, that is absolute permittivity, and this is the relative permittivity, that is absolute permittive value is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 into relative permeability, that is 6 into 30, that is area is 30 already given, divide by the separation between two plates, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, 0.797 microfarad. So correct answer is uh, B, that is 0.797 microfarad. So correct answer is B. So next question, the number of turns of a coil increase two times its inductance. Then this is also very simple formula you have to remember, that is the inductance is directly proportional to n square number of, here n is the number of turns. Therefore, it is correct answer is 4 times if the number of turns of coil increase 2 times, as it is square, the square of the 2 is 4, that is 4 times. Correct answer is increased by 4 times. C is the answer, is 4 times. So D is the correct answer. So next question, domestic appliances are connected in parallel because it is easy arrangement. The operation of each appliance is independent of other appliance having same current rating. It requires less space. So generally in our home, all appliances are connected in parallel because why we have not connected in series. Already we know that in case of series connection, the current is same. In parallel connection, voltage is same. Therefore, if we connect all appliances in series, then what happens? Our current to all appliances will be same, which is not possible because your washing machine um, will operate only 5 to 6 ampere current, whereas your AC will operate 15 ampere current. Therefore, it is not possible to connect a series. Again, in series connection, the voltage will be different. That is, the drop across each appliance will be added. Therefore, we have to supply more voltage, which is not permitted by our uh, mm, electricity distributed company, because voltage is always constant. That is 232, oh sorry, 222, 230 voltage is connected to all the uh, home appliances. Therefore, as the current rating for different appliances are different, therefore domestic appliances are connected in parallel. Again, another advantage is if one appliances will be damaged, it will not affect other appliances. So correct answer is B. That is, the operation of each appliance is independent of other. So next question, in a parallel RC circuit, the phase angle, that is cos inverse R by Z, sin inverse Z by R, cos inverse R square by Z, cos inverse Z by R. So this is the RC circuit, that is a resistor and capacitor connected in series with a AC supply. So this is the uh, diagram, that is, this is called impedance triangle. So here we can find out the impedance from this triangle. This is the resistor and this is the capacitive reactance. So here we can find out cos phi is equal to R by Z, or phi in is equal to cos inverse R by Z. Another we can find out, that is tan phi. Tan phi is equal to that is P by B. So here same thing, that is the same way we can find out uh, the phase angle, that is cos phi, sorry, that is phi. So answer is the correct answer, that is cos inverse uh, sorry, answer is the correct answer, that is cos inverse R by Z. So let us see the next question. A parallel resonance circuit magnifies voltage, current, both voltage and current, none of the above. So correct answer is, at parallel resonance circuit, the resistance become maximum. So this magnifies the voltage. Therefore, A is the correct answer. As the resistance become maximum in a parallel resonance circuit, therefore the maximum voltage drop across the resistance. Therefore, it magnifies the voltage. Next question. A 60% lagging power factor implies that the load is inductive, capacitive, inductive, or capacitive, or resistive. So in this case, what we'll see, that is when inductive reactance is greater than capacitive reactance, the circuit is inductive. Here, current is lagging because the 60% lagging power factor. So lagging power factor means, that is current lagging to the voltage. When current lagging means, it means it is more inductive, that is it less than 90 degree, but in more inductive, that is XL is greater than XC. So answer A is the correct answer. Next question. A small swamping resistance is put in the series with operating coil of a moving coil ammeter in order to compensate the effect of temperature variation, external magnetic field hysteresis loss. Correct answer is temperature variation, because a swamping resistance having zero temperature coefficient of resistance. It means what? It means when temperature changes, resistance is not changes. It means the negligible resistance changes with change in temperature. That is called swamping resistance, or temperature coefficient of resistance. A swamping resistance having zero temperature coefficient of resistance. Therefore, uh, the accuracy of the instrument will be very high. So uh, correct answer is A, that is temperature variation. Next question, a moving coil instrument having meter resistance of 5 ohm is to be used as voltmeter of range 0 to 100 volt. If the full scale deflection is 10 milliampere, then required series resistance. So this is also very simple question. So series resistance Rs is equal to V by Im minus Rm. That is 100 minus 100 by 10 milliampere minus 5, that is 999 ohm. Because in case of voltmeter, to extend the range we have to connect a series resistance, but in case of ammeter, if we want to extend the range we have to connect a parallel resistance, that is shunt. Therefore, how to find out that is Rs, that is series resistance? So resistance is equal to voltage by current. So that is, this is V by Im and minus Rm. So correct answer is C. An energy meter having a meter constant of 1200 revolution per kilowatt hour is fine to make 5 revolution in 75 seconds. The load power, we have to find out what is the load power. This is also a very simple question. So one revolution corresponding to 1 by 1200 kilowatt hour. You can see this question. The energy meter having the meter constant 1200 revolution per kilowatt hour. So for 1 kilowatt it means what? So for 1 kilowatt hour, that is for 1 unity, the energy meter must be rotated 1200, right? It means if one energy meter rotates 1200 times, then what happens? One unity energy will be consumed, or 1 kilowatt hour energy will be consumed. So therefore one revolution corresponding to 1 by 1200 kilowatt hour, that is 1 by 1200 into 1000 into 3600 watts second. So this is kilowatt hour. For what we have to multiply 1000 here, and for second we have to multiply 3600. Therefore 3000 watts second. Therefore what happens if it rotates 5 revolution in 75 seconds? Then 5 revolution corresponding to 3000 into 5, that is 1500 watts second. So load power is equal to 15 15,000 divided by 75 is equal to 200 watt. It means what? It means if it revolves 5 uh, times, then what is the load power, or the power consumption is 200 watt only. So next question, a common phenomenon occurs in most of the energy meter. Generally, almost in almost all the energy meter, a common phenomenon or common errors occurs, that is called creep. So already I have discussed what is creep in my last video lecture. I think here it is not required to again discuss this. So creep is the common phenomenon occurs in most of the energy meter. So correct answer is A. Next question. The meter constant of an energy meter is 1500 revolution per kilowatt hour. It means for 1 kilowatt hour energy consumption, or for 1 unit energy consumption, the meter will rotate 1500 times. The disk makes 3000 revolution in a given time. Then what is the energy consumption? This is also very simple. That is, energy consumed is 3000 by 1500. That is 2 kilowatt hour, because for 1 kilowatt hour it requires to revolve 1500 times. For 3000 kilowatt hour it requires 3000 revolution, then automatically 2 kilowatt hour energy will be consumed. Correct answer is D. So next, in a transformer, frequency remains constant because it is a static device. So answer A is the correct answer because it is a static device. As transformer, as in transformer, there is no rotating part. Therefore, the frequency is always constant, because if we consider the three-phase induction motor, when induction motor is stationary, the rotor and stator frequency is constant. But once the induction motor starts rotating, the frequency changes. Therefore, as it is a static device, the frequency is remains constant. Next question, the transformer core is laminated because it reduces eddy current loss, it reduces total weight, reduces hysteresis, it reduces magnetic leakage. So current answer is it reduces eddy current loss. Already I have discussed in my last lecture what is eddy current and how it will be reduces by laminating the core. So I think no need to explain again. So correct answer is A, that is it reduces eddy current loss. So next question. The internal resistance of a cell of EMF 2 is zero point 0.1 ohm. It is connected to a resistance. So I think this will be the figure is, so just you can shift this figure to this side. So this is the question. The internal resistance of a cell of EMF 2 volt is 0 0.1 ohm. It is connected to a resistance of 3.9 ohm. The voltage across the cell This is also a very simple question. Just you put the formula and get the answer. So circuit current I is equal to E by R plus R, because here R internal resistance R and this R is connected in series, and this is the EMF of the cell. Therefore current is equal to voltage by total resistance, that is R plus R. So I is equal to E by R plus R, that is 0.5 ampere. Correct answer is A. Then next question. Three equal resistance are connected in series because source of EMF together dissipated on 10 watt. What would the power dissipated if the same resistors are connected in parallel across the same source of EMF? So if three resistors are connected in series, then what happens? So it dissipate the power 10 watt. Now these three resistors are connected in parallel. Then what is the power dissipation? So let us find this solution. Let us consider three equal resistors are connected in series to a source of EMF E volt. When the uh, Z there is some mistake here, so just you can omit this. Then current I is equal to E by 3R, because three resistors are connected in a series and the EMF of the cell is E, therefore current I is equal to E by 3R. So power dissipation, that is power dissipation, that is I square R, that is E square by 3R. So we can find out current power dissipation by this formula, either I square R or V square by R. Therefore power dissipation is equal to E square by 3R. So when they are connected in parallel, then what happens? That is current I is equal to 3E by R, because in case of parallel, that is the resistance is R by 3. So these 3 will go to upside, that is 3E by R. Therefore power P2. So let us assume that this is power P1. So power P2 in case of parallel, that is 3 square by R. Therefore P2 by P1 is equal to 9. So power dissipated is 10 into 9, that is 90 watt. So correct answer is A. So answer A is the correct answer. Next question. The capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor depends upon the type of metal used, separated separation between two plates, the thickness of plates, the potential difference between plates. So correct answer is B, that is separation between two plates. So next question, the magnetic field caused by stationary charge particle, moving negative charge particle, moving positive charge particle, moving both positive and negative charge particle. So correct answer is D, that is moving both positive and negative charge particles. Next question. The commutator of a DC machine act as both rectifier and inverter. Correct answer C. That is both rectifier and inverter. Because in case of DC generator, it acts as rectifier, but in case of DC motor, it acts as inverter. It converts DC to AC. Because we, in case of DC motor, we supply DC supply, then by the commutator it is converted to AC. Therefore, it acts as inverter. So next question: the field resistance of a shunt resistance. Sorry, the field resistance of a shunt resistance is 200 ohm. The output power of generator is 100 kilowatt. The terminal voltage is 500 volt. The generated EMF is 5 to 5 volt. The armature resistance. So this is also very simple question. Here the short field resistance is given 200 ohm. The output power is 100 kilowatt. The terminal voltage 500 volt. Then the generated EMF 5 to 5 is already given. Therefore, armature resistance we can find easily. This is the solution. This is the shunt field resistance. This is armature EMF or EMF generated, and this is the output, and this is the voltage. So VIL is equal to 100 into 1000 watt, that is 100 kilowatt. Therefore 100 into 1000 watt. Therefore IL is equal to 100 into 1000 by 500, that is 200 ampere. So ISH is equal to 500 by 200, that is 2.5 ampere. So next can find out what is EG. EG is equal to V plus IA RA. Therefore, what is your RA? EG minus V divided by IA. That is 5 to 5 minus 500 divided by IA. How much? That is ISH plus IL. So 202.5, that is 0.130 ohm. So correct answer is 0.123 ohm. Next question, the OCC of a generator is also called internal characteristics, external characteristics, saturation characteristics, performance characteristics. So OCC, that is open circuit characteristics, is called magnetic or no load saturation characteristics. So therefore it is called no load or saturation characteristics. That is correct answer is C. Next question, the generator provides approximately constant voltage from no load to full load. So already I discussed about this, that is a cumulative compound generator with flat compounding. So cumulative, this is correct answer is flat compounding. So next question, due to armature reaction in a DC generator, the field weakens, the field distorted, the field both weakens and distorted. So correct answer is C, because armature reaction having two effects, that is called demagnetizing effect and distortion effect. Due to demagnetizing effect, the field weakens, and also it having the distortion effect, or the field is distorted. Therefore, correct answer is C. So next question, the wave wound generator provides low current, high voltage, high current, low voltage. So correct answer is, as the number of parallel path is only two, it is suitable for low current and high voltage application. So correct answer is A. Therefore, for this is the complete of lecture 4. So I think I have covered all the syllabus for basic electrical engineering. If you will complete all 4 lectures, then no doubt you will secure very good marks in your OJE 2020. Thanking you. Best of luck for your OJE 2020.